Texans defeat San Francisco 20-9 in their second preseason game, and these two teams look like they have awesome defenses because both defenses made a lot of plays. You had the San Francisco 49ers, well, stopping the run pretty well, and if you talk to the Texans offensive line after the game, there was a little bit of concern. There was a reason why they were out there against the Niner 2s in the second quarter because they simply could not get Arian Foster going.
I got to be honest with you. When he said the final score was 20-9, I'm like, oh, I guess so. 20-9. Preseason game number 2. I knew they had more points. Yeah, the Texans had some issues. I actually thought the Niners did a better job up front on both sides of the ball. I talked to some of the defensive players about that. Talked to Brian Cushing about his cramps after the game, which he said not cramps, actually a rib injury that he suffered during the game. Said everything checked out okay and figured he would be fine, and I imagine that would still be the case. And that, of all things, still rates at the top of the list. Maybe there was something we didn't see on the injury front, but Andre Johnson came and went just as healthy as he went into the game. Arian Foster, Matt Schaub, anybody else you could name. Don't know that there were any significant injuries for the Texans in this game. But yeah, up front a little bit, whether it was missing Sean Cody and J.J. Watt from up front, if that had anything to do with it. But Matt and I were talking about this during the game and a little bit more afterwards. They wouldn't see a team like this very often during the season. Really, nobody.
Probably not till February.
Could be the Niners again.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. That's the thing because a lot of people were on Twitter saying now you see why the Texans miss Sean Cody, and I like Sean Cody a lot. I think this is just so different than what they see in practice. All they practice against is zone. They practice against zone running, and their 9 and 7 drills, they're seeing something totally different when they come back out here. 49ers run a lot of isolation, they run a lot of power formations, they run a lot of big formations. So I just think it's a different look. If you were totally game planning for it all week long, maybe you do things differently. So I wouldn't worry too much about this. What I came away with is the Texans and 49ers are 2 of the 5 best defenses in the NFL. Another positive for the Texans tonight, Trindon Holliday, another return for a touchdown, this time a punt return on a blast from Andy Lee. And Holliday, I mean, he probably has made the team at this point. The Texans are going to probably have to keep 6, well, you don't even call him a wide receiver. He's a specialist. They're keeping another special team specialist because he returned another one for a touchdown. And as long as he doesn't have any ball security issues the next 2 weeks, you can't deny his explosiveness. He's shown it now both kick return and punt return wise. I think he might have made the team Saturday night.
Pretty good chance he did. Did have a little issue catching the final punt that he received, but hung on to it, bobbled it a little bit, still brought it home. The fact that he went against second unit defenders and blockers on that punt return might weigh into it a little bit, but he's done everything he could possibly do to get in front of them. One more huge game for him, preseason game number 3. Lestar Jean scored, Trindon Holliday scored. I think Matt Thomas may have gotten this started, but feel free after you get done with this video, hit us up on Twitter and come up with the lamest saying possible, like "In Lestar we trust," or "Lestars at night are big and bright." And Holliday, I know you guys can come up with some dumb stuff about those two guys. Feel free.
So nice.
Got to finish on that. Wex, MJ, we'll see you at the next game.